talking to these guys about, well, these guys are actually Paul Perry, the County Commissioner District, they're Precinct 3, and Ken Harris from OK Lumber. And we're talking about how COVID-19 has affected businesses. And Ken, it hasn't really affected your business that much because you're essential, right?
Yes,
Okay.
we're two essentials. We have feed and lumber and hardware.
Okay.
And what it's affected with us is the cleanliness and things like that, because every 2 hours we wipe everything down, and,
Wow.
you know, and the restrooms and stuff also, they're completely cleaned, you know, 2 times a day. So, and I keep record of it. I just am very conscientious. So
That's fair enough. Because you said this building is here since 1904.
Yes.
It's seen some other pandemics.
Yes.
Yeah. So tell me about that.
In 1907, if you go to the graveyard, you'll see, and you just walk through and you can see that there's a lot of graves from 1907. I've walked through back here and in Milford and stuff like that. You'll kind of see some of those graves. So this old place has seen some of that stuff. Okay. And then I've heard some of the old timers. We've had one fellow comes in the store. Mr. Timms is 97 now, and he worked here when he was a young man.
Oh, wow, okay.
And he talked about how in the 30s there was some stuff that went on with some pneumonia and things like that.
Okay.
Yeah, so it was interesting. You know,
you know about that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there were some cold spells during Depression, and it was challenging to people.
Okay. All right. Just a different time here, I guess.
Yeah, then you had the Spanish-American flu, and you can see that in a lot of the local cemeteries. So there were a lot of deaths in 1918, 1919.
Okay. All right.
So, you know, people have undergone and met the challenge of widespread disease before, and they didn't stop. They just kept on doing what they needed to do, and they quarantined the sick. They didn't quarantine the healthy.
Okay.
For them to be here.
Right.
Well, Ken, don't you think that inventory thinking is gonna change? Because you have your theory here is vertical inventory. I'm going to have a lot of inventory, right?
Yes.
It's not just in time inventory. It's nothing like that.
Right. One of the things that we've tried to concentrate on is the fact that we've tried to use my experience of 40 years of contracting.
Yeah.
And I try to think about things. We kind of sit down and powwow once in a while and say, okay, what is it that people really need and need to repair and need to do things with? And that's kind of how we came up with the inventory that we have now. I mean, it's kind of a necessity item type of deal.
And when we first moved out here in 2002, there were no beer sales.
Really?
But now there are beer sales, and you know, it doesn't really contribute to any problems we have. People are going to get beer anywhere, but it has really helped the tax base a lot.
Tell me a little bit about that.
Well, I don't know the numbers, but I can tell you that I observed the volume of the sales, and the store volume has picked up anyway. And so what happens is people come in for a 6-pack of beer, and then they're liable to buy some chips. You know, they get their gasoline, and it helps them to compete with some of the larger chain stores that are coming off the highway. And so by and large, it's a net positive economically.
And I think Corona is the most popular beer they sell here. Is that what she said?
That's what she said. Now, I don't know if she meant that.
What's your favorite beer?
My favorite beer, I don't drink a lot of beer. When I do, it's a dark beer.
Okay, I agree with that. I don't drink any either, but the darker the better when you have to drink it. Because you feel like you're drinking something.
Yes,
it's not
absolutely.
Absolutely. Okay, thank you for that. And guys, remember, if you need a beer, come to Mansell's.
Right.
In Italy, Texas.
In Italy, Texas.
Absolutely. Thank you for watching.
Yeah.
Here with Carla Gibson from Corkhouse Winery here in downtown Waxahachie. Hey, Carla.
Hi, how you doing?
We're cool today. We have our glasses on. So this is like a hidden gem here, and they're about to open. First, I want to ask you about what has happened with your business since COVID-19 and all the shutdowns and all that. I know you are not allowed to open for a couple of days.
Right.
And so when you open up, what's been happening before this?
Well, it started out being pretty good because I was still allowed to do to-go bottles.
Okay.
You could do curbside pickup. Call me. I would get the bottles ready, take it out to your car. They could come in, pick up a bottle. And then after the next phase started, they said we could kind of be allowed to do a tasting, but we couldn't charge for the tasting as long as they bought a bottle to go.
Okay.
So that really put kind of some stress on us.
Okay.
But I was really glad to have, to-go bottles. That was at least something.
Yes, that's awesome.
Yeah.
How many bottles do you guys have? You have a great menu, and you buy all the juice for all these.
We do.
So I'm drinking the Pinot Noir, which is really good. Tell me a little bit about this.
And that's a lighter wine. That is a grape out of Italy.
Okay. All right.
And I've got a broker that I get in contact with probably 3 times a year, 4 times a year.
Okay.
And they'll send me a list of the wines that are available, where they're from. And then I buy such a small quantity. I don't have room to buy a big 275-gallon vat of juice.
Right.
So I do the smaller 60-gallon barrels. And so he'll send me what he has available and where it's from.
Okay.
If that's something after I make it that I like, then he will tag that and send me every time it comes around through there. So it allows me to get Pinot Noir. I can do cabs. We get it from all over. I have a Super Tuscan, which is an Italian blend.
Yes, that's a good one always.
Yes, I won a medal on that. I won a couple medals. I won Shiraz has a medal. Twisted Sisters is white.
Okay.
It's a Chardonnay blend.
Oh, nice.
With the Pinot Blanc in it. It's a really good white blend. So yeah, it's been kind of fun.
Yeah.
We'll get something we'll want to try and mix something and.
So your
far,
winemaker blends thing, like just sort of like I noticed you had a lot of Sangiovese and some Chianti. Do you blend those together as well? Okay, so that's cool.
Or we can buy it as the blend already.
Okay,
they don't have too much of that, but when I do run across that, I can buy a blended wine, a blended juice, and then I turn it into wine, and those are really good too.
All right.
So
we like her. She's turning things into wine.
Yeah,
it's always good.
Yeah.
So I want to tell you guys, I'm going to come back out here and review this for Bonjour World because this is I didn't even know this existed. I've been traveling around the world and I never travel in my own hometown.
Isn't that funny?
That's a positive thing about COVID-19. We can find some positives.
I know, and I do. I still get new people daily.
That's awesome. That's so cool.
So that's one thing I miss. And I was really known for my music.
Oh.
So on weekends I would have live music.
Okay.
And I love to support live music. The local guys. They're starving artists just like everybody else is. So I can't wait to get back in the pouring wine and listen to some good music. I really do miss my musicians.
So I want everybody to come down to Corkhouse Winery immediately.
Check out the Facebook page. You'll have my new updated hours. I've got some temporary hours going on because I still won't be at 100%.
Yes, yeah.
So check the Facebook page. My website is corkhousewinery.com.
Okay.
It will also have a list of the wines that we have available.
Okay, great. And if you can't come down, buy one and have it delivered or have her bring it out to your car.
Yeah, there you go. I still will offer curbside pickup.
Okay, cool. Great.
So they can still do that if they still aren't comfortable with coming in. That's okay.
Okay. Thank you, Carla. I'm glad that this is one of the businesses that will survive because a lot of them won't, but we will be able to drink wine.
We survived it.
Cheers. Ciao.
Cheers.
Thank you. I'm Rita Cook with ECP TV and Carla Gibson.
Thank you, Rita.
Thanks.